My name is Bill Newman. I found out not too long ago that I'm about to have a new addition to my family. And after finding this out, decided to move to a safer community and ended up in Kyle, Texas. After doing so, I started getting quite interested in city and local governments. I ran into Ron Fletcher not too long ago. After meeting City Council member Ron Fletcher and discussing his viewpoints on where he would like to take the city and local governments, I've decided to support him in his run for mayor. Now, Ron, what have you done on the council that you're most proud of?
I helped Buda break its addiction to sales taxes. When I came on the council, Buda was being run primarily with sales taxes. The sales taxes are vulnerable to swings in the economy. I led the council in an aggressive policy of annexing already developed commercial and industrial property, which has restored the more stable property tax as the primary source of revenue for Buda's general fund. Property tax revenues increased from $1 million in 2008 to $1.9 million in our current budget. And all of that was done without any major increase in the property tax rate on our citizens. Buda's property tax rate is about half that of all the surrounding cities. With the recent annexation of Texas Lehigh Cement Company, which is the single most valuable piece of property in our school district, that proper balance between property taxes and sales taxes should be secure for years to come.
Now, what most people don't understand is that being mayor is a lot more than just presiding over city council members. What can you offer that your opponent cannot?
My opponent's a younger man in his prime earning years, and he holds down a full-time job. In contrast, I'm semi-retired and normally teach only 2 half-days a week, which leaves me with free time to attend many daytime activities involving other elected officials who do hold full-time government jobs. I've been doing this for nearly a decade now and have developed a large network of elected officials and key staff members that has already paid big dividends for Buda, like the nearly $25 million in federal, state, and county funds that have come to help Buda build roads in the last 4 years. And as your mayor, I plan to call upon that network to pay for as many of Buda's future needs as possible using other people's money.
Citizens in both Buda and Kyle have been suffering from high costs and low quality water provided by a private company, Monarch. If elected mayor, what will you do about it?
Over the past summer, I served on committees for an organization known as the Texas Municipal League, which represents Texas cities and their citizens before the Texas legislature. Our marching orders were to prepare legislation to help cities protect their citizens from the predatory actions of for-profit utilities like Monarch. We managed to propose as the League's highest priority legislation to end Monarch's monopoly on the right to sell water while escaping any responsibility for furnishing pressure adequate to fight fires in the same area.
Historically speaking, I see that you are usually on the short end of split votes on the city council. Why is that?
Every city only has one official vision at a time, and that's found in a document known as the city's comprehensive plan. I have voted consistently opposing outsiders, like developers, who want to come to Buda and make a quick buck at the expense of our official city vision. I was on Buda's first Planning and Zoning Commission, which turned the vision from our 2002-2012 comprehensive plan into development codes to realize the vision of that plan. Once on the council, I opposed all attempts to grant waivers or variances to those codes when it conflicted with the community's vision for Buda. That gives me unique insight into our community's vision for Buda in 2030. And as your mayor, I promise to oppose all attempts by outsiders to change that vision. I'm a big advocate for economic development, but not development at any cost.
How have your many years of being a political science professor benefited Buda?
2 ways. As a member of Buda's Home Rule Charter Commission, I was able to clearly explain to my fellow commissioners the advantages and disadvantages of the various forms of city government in Texas. I showed them how the council-manager form of government was clearly the best choice for Buda. Probably even more important is my understanding of intergovernmental relations, including the role and the importance of groups such as Campo and CAPCO. I've been actively involved in both since I joined the council, and that's already paid some handsome dividends for the city of Buda.
And over a decade of public service to Buda.
What would you say is the most important piece of unfinished business?
I haven't been able to get the big trucks permanently out of downtown Buda, and the only way to do that is to complete our truck bypass all the way to 1626. We were able to get the long-delayed overpass over I-35 built as a bare bones project using stimulus funds, and then I successfully lobbied Campo to get state funds to complete the missing lanes and to add 8 on and off ramps. But we still have 2 major projects left to go. A segment from 967 south to 2770, and then another one west from 2770 to 1626. I was successful in getting those segments designated as the highest transportation priorities in our Buda 2030 comprehensive plan. As your mayor, I plan to call on my network of elected officials and key staff members to get as much federal, state, and county money as possible to help us build those 2 remaining segments.